Alright. Our opponent is a Heliod deck, so I don't know how useful this hand's going to be. Nice thing is Behold does give us some early card draw. Folio Fancy is probably not very useful, neither is Soul Guide Lantern. Soul Guide Lantern we can at least turn into a redraw. So I think we're good to keep. Description of Insight does give us bounce value. Opponent, though, is a Heliod deck, so their whole point is gaining life to put +1/+1 counters on all their creatures. Alright, we'll just put out the Soul Guide Lantern. I don't imagine they have much recursion in their deck. But we can always sacrifice the Soul Guide Lantern to draw cards. Another reason why I want Soul Guide Lantern on there, since we do have Digis top deck this Doom Foretold, it does have extra use. Let's go land, set up the Foretell. We'll pass it back. Ooh, Gideon Blackblade. Alright.
Together we can banish evil from this plane. I will lend you my strength.
Oh, I mixed up what card that was. Okay. Let's see here. Let's actually see what our draw is real quick. Need to find some white sources. Put this Heart Stabber on bottom. Keep the Chromatic Lantern. This has to come play tap, so that's a good time to play it. Alright, there's good old Heliod. Unfortunately, our Doomscar isn't going to really do much here, so we are probably going to have to play Doom Foretold. Playing Doom Foretold will allow us to force them to sacrifice one of their cards on board. Alright, so they have to choose which of these they're going to keep. We'll sacrifice Soul Guide Lantern on our turn. See, when it comes back around to us, we can go Chromatic Lantern and Folio Fancies, just to give ourselves more sacrifice fodder for the Doom Foretold. Opponent may just choose to sacrifice Heliod because they can just replay it if they have another land. It'd actually be kind of bad for us. Because we're going to take 10. It's going to grow one of their cards. Bankbuster doesn't do much here, but it is sacrifice fodder for their Doom Foretold. Alright, if we can top deck a white source, hit them with a sweep, I think that at least helps us out a bit here, but it doesn't actually save us. We could go for a double bounce here. Our turn. Sacrifice. The fact that they got Blackblade is a big issue for us. So unfortunately, the only play we have is play Inscription, bounce these both. They can play both and they can crew, but they have to sacrifice one of these things. So return to... It's unfortunately our only play. We're going to be forced to sacrifice our own Doom Foretold. Next turn, Gideon comes in and kills us. Unless we play Queza to just chump block. It's Blackblade. Really screwed us up here. That doesn't do too much. It's just Blackblade. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the GGs. We don't have anything we can do. We will keep this. Not liking it too much. Start off turn 1 doing the ops, try to find ourselves our white sources. Play the wizard class, Waterfront District. Turn 3, possibly just activate wizard class. Actually, I kind of like keeping this because we have right. It's not ideal. Alright. See if we can find that white source. Nope. Alright. Alchemy cards. Alright, so if we can hit ourselves a white source, it'd be a great help. Alright, there's Heliod. Gonna start growing their cards already. Let's go ahead and sacrifice this off, get rid of Heliod. Putting the tax on the Heliod right away is actually going to help us out. Really? Again?
I am here to aid in the assault.
Oh, that's so rude. Alright, we're actually going to activate draw. Frick. And he's a 3 cost too, so D-Spark doesn't even work on him. The fact that we are missing our land drops for the white is punishing.
Share my light.
Alright. I'm gonna have to Rite of Oblivion, get rid of Gideon. I was hoping to be able to get another land drop before getting... so that way, you know, I would get more value out of doing this, but... We have to discard. We will discard... Solve. Because we have the cards we would really search for Solve with. We just need the lands, and we don't have any land fetching ability with that. Just gonna have to bounce both of these two. Alright. Return up to 2 creatures. We just need 1 mana of any color now for the Shadow's Verdict. The fact that we're getting a complete, like, screw over on all the lands is annoying. We're running, I forget how many lands exactly. But we also have some MDFCs in here as well. Yeah, we have 36 lands still left in the deck. So we are running 40 lands. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and hit him with the Doomscar. Unfortunately, we're just dead to this stupid land right here. Okay. I like the fact that they're still going to play to the board instead of just using the land. Of course, they get Selfless Savior. But Shadow's Verdict is an exile, so they won't be able to protect their cards. Please play one more. Please play one more. Come on. Yes. Oh. So, unfortunately, we're still dead, though. I forgot that would turn on. Wait, why does that turn? Oh, that's right. This counts as one for the purpose of their stuff. We're dead to the land. We just have to hope that they don't realize that they have the man land. Alright, opponent does remember that they can sacrifice, so that way it turns back into an enchantment. But we're still just dead here. This is what kills us. And I said it from the start. This is what's going to kill us. I totally forgot this was going to be treated as an extra. Okay. Show me wrong. Proved me wrong. Alright. I actually like this hand. We have all the mana rocks. So we'll keep it. I think we lead with the Celestis. We'll opt at their end. So we still need to hit more lands. Put that on bottom. Look for a land. There we go. Oh, we got the emergency powers. That's really good. So, let's see. If we go land, play Midnight Clock, if we hit another land, we can actually kick this, and then we'll get an extra 2 mana rocks. Alright, Azusa allows them 2 more land drops each turn. Kind of want to get that off the board, but I don't think we have a way to do so. Well, I guess we do have a way to do so. I think, though, we'll hold off on Doomscarring right now. Is it better just to play the Relic right now? Yeah, I think we will just go ahead and play the Relic without the kick. This way, the opponent does have, like, enchantment, artifact destruction specifically. We have this one here that is ready for being used. Alright, opponent only leaves themselves with a green open. I think this calls for a Doomscar already. Because we wanted Azusa off the board, and keeping this off the board is great, because if they land dropped, they would have been able to potentially go into an extra 3 cards of drawing and lands on board. Narset is a counter to us. We have to get rid of Narset. I think we just bring Queza to the board.
Meditate and prepare.
We don't want Midnight Clock to go off while this is on board, so we are not going to uptick Midnight Clock here. Alright, land Queza. Pass to the opponent. So, emergency powers we can't use because this will shut off our extra card draw that we would get.
Just the trick for this.
Alright. So that fixes all their mana, and I think also even gives them an additional land play. Of course, they keep that. We really need something to get rid of this. No blocks. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna want to maybe play this just to shuffle their deck. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pass the turn. It changes the Celestis. We get the draw discard here. That's good, that's good. So we can actually Shadow's Verdict now, get rid of these. And we'll be able to attack in and get rid of this Narset, as long as they don't bring something of mana value higher to the board. That is only a 3/3. I'm gonna block. I can't think of anything that they can play for free. Get the sweep. Oh, that's right. That just straight kills her. It also hits Planeswalkers 3 or less. Let's go ahead and get this on the board then. Land. Take action. Discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would be great if we could hit a Narset off the top. Because that means that we could, 1, shut off all of their extra draw from their deck. But 2, we could have the emergency power combo. So that would actually be really helpful to us as well. Alright, Magistrate Scepter for the opponent, so that allows them to take extra turns. I think we'll just go ahead and emergency powers right now. See, something on the board, put this on the board. It's a lot of draw triggers. Bring this to the board. We'll tack in. This brings the opponent down really low. Thanks to Doom Foretold forcing them to sacrifice a card, we'll probably see them maybe give up the... Oh, I could have killed them. I'm an idiot. If I didn't play the egg, I could have put a counter on Midnight Clock on their upkeep. It would have triggered. We'd get another 7-card draw, and that would have killed them. I'm still getting used to this deck here, so I missed that. Let's see if that miss there actually gives them the ability to stay in this. Alright, that gives them an extra land drop. If they level it up. They have to level this up. But currently is, when it comes back to our turn, they're going to die next to Midnight Clock. Because it's going to give us 7 new cards, and it's also going to... we get the card draw for the turn, so they have to play at least one more land. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Give them the GGs. It doesn't matter what's in our hand right now. It's all going to go away. We're going to draw 7 and they lose. Yep, so they realize and scoop it up. Yeah, once when that Narset was on the board, I was a bit worried, but thankfully, we had found the perfect removal. Oh, we got the Smothering Tithe. This will actually be really huge against the opponent. Because they like to draw a lot. The only drawback is they do play a lot of lands, so they could pay the tax. But this will actually potentially be a really big card against them. Alright, we'll lead with the blue source. Our goal is still to get Midnight Clock out as quick as we can. I think we just go ahead and play this for our land for the turn. This is really just a backup card for, like, we draw it late game and things aren't going well. We may have to blow up the whole board. Early game, we can still play it as a land. But by playing it as a land, we guarantee ourselves the ability to Cleansing Nova off the double. Oh, opponent got the Beanstalker Giant combo with Lotus Cobra going. So, not only did this only cost them effectively 2 mana to play this, but they're going to get another untapped land, so they could potentially play another 3-cost spell. Because the land from this comes into play untapped. Which is surprisingly good for a land fetch spell. Most of the time, almost all land fetch spells is like they enter the battlefield tapped. Alright, so opponent's got definitely a board going for them already. Let's get the swamp down, go for our clock. Next turn, we'll go for the Smothering Tithe. Start trying to make our opponent pay their taxes. Unless they bring down their commander. If they bring out the commander, we just Cleansing Nova. Because that one will get rid of the Hawkwind before it can try to transform and give them the value of Hawkwind. I'm really hoping they go for... Yes. Alright. So long as they don't have like a Spell Pierce, which I don't know too many people who actually go with Spell Pierce in Commander, we should be good here. May as well go for the Doom Scar because Cleansing Nova has versatility to potentially destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Otherwise, they're the exact same cost at this point. Opponent will have enough lands that they'll more than likely pay the taxes on this. But if we hit this with a emergency powers, we have the ability to get this as a combo to just get a whole bunch of treasure, which we could just turn into, after emergency powers, playing a whole bunch of just cards because it restocks our hand. I would like to get Augur down, but I would like to set up the Smothering Tithe first. Another thing that's great about Smothering Tithe is we'll get these treasure tokens that, even if we're not going to use them for mana, we can sacrifice them for Rites of Oblivion. Alright, Midnight Clock continuing to tick up for us. Alright, so opponent uses Eureka Moment to draw. Smothering Tithe is going to tax them. They'll probably pay the taxes here, because unless they have another spell they want to pay for 4. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't pay the taxes. Alright, well that's a lot of treasure for us. The opponent just does not care about us having mana. Let's go ahead and... we'll kick this. Get ourselves some indestructible mana sources. And we'll even bring out Queza. Now, there is the possibility our opponent is running control magic that actually allows them to steal our creatures. But we have the Meathook Massacre, we have the Cleansing Nova, so we could kill our own Queza and get it back. So I'm not too worried about that. Heck, we can even use Rite of Oblivion to kill it, to get it back. Although I'd rather hold off on using Rite for the moment, because I really want to make sure we hit Narset if it ever touches the board. Let's see, this only affects us, correct? Yeah, only us. Alright, there's Top Yoba. We can actually Meathook just for 3 to get rid of it. Oh, and we can also get rid of the Room Trap. So, 1, 2, 3. We won't be able to attack in for any damage here, but... we've now made it that way the commander costs an extra 2 more. So that's extra 4 more from her base cost. And opponent has scooped it up. They've seen enough. Oh, yeah, that was kind of crazy there. I was actually thinking with how much mana we have here, we would potentially push this. Because 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we had enough that we could set with this triggered on their upkeep. Gives us a fresh new hand, drain them 7, and there we go. Alright, so off the open, I think we can keep this. It's a little risky, but I think we'll keep it. Alright, so opponent's playing Clothis, so they end out with this on board, able to hit cards out of graveyards and get value. This on white first. So this is pay 4 to draw a card? Okay. Just trying to remember. We're going to play Eye of Vecna, so that way we can hit card draw. Alright, well, opponent had already decided to keep their hand, so I guess they're just deciding which land to lead with. Alright, we'll go Eye of Vecna. We hit a land, that's good. I'm a little worried about paying too much life for this at the moment. We'll decline this one. Bring out the Swamp. Foretell this. By foretelling that, we probably, like, you know, tipped our hand to the opponent saying, hey, we likely have a Doomscar here. But the thing is, it could be a Sot coming to them. It could also be a draw spell for us. It could be a Poison the Cup. That could be a Starheim Unleash. Has a lot of things that could potentially be to them. We'll actually go ahead and choose to draw this card. Alright. Go land. We'll actually bring Triskaidekaphile out, just to give us a blocker. May even cause them to react to the board. Let's see, how do you work? You have to deal damage, right? Discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards, after only to put lost life. Alright, so yeah, we can block this. Nope, I guess we can't block it. Alright, yeah, so whenever this attacks, anything with lesser power can't be used as a blocker. Alright, we'll decline the trigger. We can't let ourselves go lower on life right now. Go for the lands. Get Chromatic Lantern online. And we'll just Doomscar. I don't want to have to Doomscar, because I didn't want to really give up the Triskaidekaphile yet, but I feel like we have to. I was trying to bring out the Triskaidekaphile maybe to prompt them to... Why didn't I attack? Because I was worried that the opponent may have had a response to destroy the Lantern because I moved to combat because I played it in main phase 1. I should have attacked first, then played Lantern, and then destroyed the board. Alright. Clothis is online. We can no longer pay for this. Go for the clock. We'll actually go ahead and bring Queza to the board. With Queza on the board, I don't mind paying the 2 life now for the Eye of Vecna potentially. But I'm still a little worried because of the life level we're at. Let's see, so they actually do have 1 more mana that could come down. They could play this. That would be a 4/4. Be able to get 6 damage through. Yep. And this doesn't actually have the mana cost to it, so it doesn't actually work for this. Alright. We'll actually decline because we're too low on life. Lands. 1. We're just going to tap it all for the white. Actually, let me undo all this. Combat. Swing 3. White. 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 Alright. Teferi's Protection. Day of Judgment. This way we can't have our life total get adjusted, so no matter what they exile from the graveyard, we won't take damage from this Clothis. And they also can't sacrifice this to do damage to as well. They still can gain the 2 life from Clothis's exile. But there's nothing in the graveyard besides spells and creatures, so they can't like choose to exile a land just to ramp this turn. Thanks to Thirst for Knowledge, we had the ability to draw 3 cards, which is going to give us 3 life. The question is, what else can we do to stay alive? We've already gone through, unfortunately, 2 of our sweepers. And we haven't really removed that many creatures off the board from it. We hit effectively 3 creatures with 1 and 2 creatures with another. But the 2 creatures were just basically them reusing this from the graveyard and the token from Ranger class. Alright, Arlen's a good card because it gives them multiple bodies. It also counts 2 towards their loyalty. This needs a loyalty of 7. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 2 more mana symbols on board to make this online. We're going to decline Eye of Vecna. Alright, we're going to Thirst. I'm going to hold Globe because we potentially discard this. Yep, discard that. Lots of gain life triggers. Circuit Mender. We'll play Inspired Idea for the 3. Alright, we found ourselves another Sweeper and a draw card, so this is good for us. We'll pass it back. One drawback is we have done the Inspired Idea for 3, so our maximum hand size is reduced by 3 permanently now. But we do have some cards that open up our hand value again, back up to no max. If we get lucky enough to get emergency powers, we could reset the our hand again. It wouldn't we'd still suffer the penalty of max hand size off of it. But after we deal with the board, it could turn things back into a positive to us. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're actually 1 mana short from being able to Realm Cloak because we have the 1 land in hand, bringing us up to 6. So we could cast off and be 1 mana short from playing the Giant in the same turn. Opponent is in red-green, so there's a possibility that they are running Giants. And this means that there is a creature that may actually survive the cast-off. Alright, but thought about it for a while. They decided to attack in. We are going to give blocks here. If the opponent has the burn to kill, we're fine for the most part. Because we have enough mana, we can replay Queza. If they kill Circuit Mender with the burn, it's a draw for us. Okay, that's fine. We're still not high enough life, I feel safe activating the draw. Before we do anything, I'm going to attempt to kill their Planeswalker. Alright. Looks like we Arlen. Let's see what the scry is. Solemn's actually pretty good. Let's bring this back to the board. Bring out the Overseer. And opponent has scooped it up. Alright, yeah, we managed to get all the value and hold it ahead of them. Alright, so I think we have a good keep here. We got ramp, we got sweep. We have answers for anything of 4 or greater, so we'll keep this. Ooh, we draw Flibblethip. So Flibblethip, while it enters the battlefield, we get a draw card. If our opponent targets it for whatever reason, Let me phrase it. Whenever it becomes a target of a spell, regardless of who targets it, it'll shuffle itself back into the deck. Alright, Karizev for the opponent. I'm gonna go with Flibbletip over doing the Doomscar here, the setup. Because I figure if I set up the Doomscar, it might scare them away from putting cards on board again. But we may just have to set up the Doomscar. I was also wanting to make sure we could draw our lands. A little worried where our land count is sitting at the moment. Alright, a little less worried now. I think we set up the Doomscar, then we can go Replicating Ring. Nope, we can't do that if we do that all in the same turn. So we may as well just set up the Replicating Ring this turn. And pass it back. Because if, with playing Replicating Ring, it's the same as setting up the Doomscar. The only issue is if they destroy the Replicating Ring for whatever reason, then yes, we lose out on doing the Doomscar. This way, we can still do the Doomscar. Give the block. Get ourselves a nice 3-for-1 here. See, next turn we can bring this down, play land, play spare supplies, get a draw trigger, gain some life. How are you working again? Exerted, people can't block you? Yeah. I think we're actually going to have to meet hook. I'm a little too worried about them having too many haste cards, and we don't really want to block that. They're tapped out right now anyways, so doing meat hook here at least guarantees us the kill. Alright, they bring up Clothis. Seasoned Pyromancer. Alright, so that one's a... They can discard up to 2 cards and then draw cards. Oh no, it's discard 2, draw 2. Alright, let's go Queza. Spare supplies. Alright, Faithful Mending, unfortunately, will probably get exiled from our graveyard if we play it and don't play it again immediately. Thanks to the Clothis' ability. But if we hold up mana, they may target it and we could, in response, cast it again. They attack with Pyromancer, we do give the block. Ooh boy. Alright. That was definitely a thing our opponent did there. Let's see, how low does that take us down to 3? We're not dead yet. Let's bring Domnathi to the board. Choose to transform immediately. Pass it back. Yeah, I probably should have gone for Domnathi last turn. I did not remember Primal Might being a thing. Alright, they go for Arlen.
I can feel the yearning of the wild grow more intense. I must resist its call.
Let's see, we can use... Ah! Good game, they get us. If it was going to be only a shock for 2 damage, I could have survived, but that's 3 damage there. Oh, that was close. That was close. So yeah, they got us. Okay, so we actually have a lot of ramp here. Well, I mean, we have a lot of mana, we have some ramp. This doesn't really do anything for us until it dies to give us a card draw. D-Spark could potentially still be useful, so I think we'll go ahead and try keeping it. We'll start this hand off with Castle Ardenvale since we don't have any turn 1 play and we don't have a Plains in hand anyways. Because next turn we plan on going Cold Steel. Well, we definitely have the ramp plan going on here. On the mana, we will call... Black. The reason I'm choosing black is we do have the 5 mana black spell. Sorry, the quadruple black spell. That costs 5 mana. Which is why I want that there. Alright, Shield Breaker for the opponent. Bring this down then. Destroy this one. It's indestructible. It's indestructible. They didn't even pay attention to the fact I think it gives them a warning. Are you sure you wish to target this? Alright, play this on white. We'll go ahead and bring Queza out right now. We have enough mana that we can Shadow's Verdict here. And just deal with most of their small things. They bring out something large, we have D-Spark. How do you work again? Reduces mana cost on all red and green things. Okay. Okay. Earthshaker for our opponent. Please bring out your other 1-drop. Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and hit you with that Shadow's Verdict then. If they attack it, we give it a block. Alright. Goodbye, board. Hit you for 3. Now, there is a possibility I could have just, you know, held up and waited for him to potentially dedicate more cards. Or I should say they. I'm not actually sure who Izzet Cannon is on the other side. I could have waited for them to bring out more creatures that fit into that category of 3 or less. Since they are a very aggressive red-green deck. Because I haven't seen anything light up on their side in a while. Because if you hover your mouse over something, it will light up for the opponent to know that you're thinking something. Oh, okay, I saw that light up, so they're there. Alright, what does this do again? Can't counter their spells and animates lands. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and play this on black. Bring out Kyrie. And we'll go ahead and go for the swing. See, how much does it cost? 4 mana, target land becomes a 4/4, where X is number of enchantments you control. It itself is an enchantment, and then they have an enchantment here, so it'd be a 2/2 if they animate a land. Alright. We don't actually use counterspells in our deck, so that doesn't affect us much. They're going to put a +1/+1 counter on that. So we can't target them or their creatures during their turn is what that does. Let's play Flibblethip, get ourselves a card draw. Let's bring out the Heartstabber. Sadly, it will never grow. We'll just hold this in hand. Actually, doesn't matter. We'll just foretell it. We'll swing the 6 in the air. And it'll be the opponent's turn. I was thinking about just holding up D-Spark, and then I remember it's like, we didn't have enough black mana left untapped to be able to use it. Partially because I didn't manually tap our lands when we played Fimblethip. I should have tapped the Roadside Reliquary myself when playing it. Just to make sure we have the mana flexibility of our cards. And they have scooped it up. Alright. We ended up placing in third with the 3-1 because of our loss in Game 2. The winner was Adam Ant, followed by Nicholas Vea. And, Eppley was one of the people we played against. So they actually did 3-1 as well. But yeah, so this was the deck we did in the event here. So Queza, Augur of Agonies. Whenever we drew cards, we made our opponent lose life and we gain life. We basically played this like a hard control deck with our way of hard controlling mostly through sweepers. Because we ran a lot of them. We ran Cleansing Nova, Doomscar, Shadow's Verdict, Depopulate, Day of Judgment. We also had a Farewell, but we never drew that. Also, Realm Cloak Giant. This is a great card for any commander game. The only time it's not good is once we play against someone who's doing Giant Tribal. But the overall concept of the deck of just drawing cards works well in any control deck. So you end up drawing into your sweeps. You clean up the board. The only problem we had is we didn't have enough answers for Planeswalkers in the deck. And we ended up losing because of a Gideon of the Trials. Or not, Gideon the Blackblade. I mixed up which name it was. And Gideon Blackblade was a 3-mana cost Planeswalker that keeps turning into a creature, keeps hitting us, and then transforming back into a non-creature. Making it so all of our sweepers don't really do a whole lot, with the exception of Shadow's Verdict. And we didn't draw that during the game against that opponent. So I think we may just try to tweak in maybe a few more in Planeswalker removal, kind of like how we already have Baleful Mastery and Rive Oblivion in the deck. D-Spark, I thought, would actually be a more useful card in the deck, but surprisingly, it didn't really see much play in most games, because a lot of the cards people are running are just 3 and less. I thought this would, in Commander games, or Brawl, see quite a bit more play because of people running usually higher cost cards. But the it could just be because it's one-on-one. People prioritize the more aggressive, lower cost cards. And I may just go with the idea of pulling D-Spark out. But overall, I like how a lot of these cards work. I never did really get a chance to use Folio of Fancies. But with how fast everyone goes, I think this card's not going to make a very good impression in games. The only time that this will probably be good is if we're in a control mirror. But 3 out of the 4 decks we played against were hard aggro. One of them just was a landfall deck where I don't think Folio of Fancies still would have been a very useful card in that matchup either. Because they go with the idea of wanting to draw their deck to the last couple cards and then win thanks to Thassa's Oracle. So yeah, I think the goal is maybe cut Folio of Fancies and D-Spark. Find some other removal options for the deck. And overall, that was still a very fun and enjoyable experience. I hope everyone was able to enjoy that.
Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to join me while I stream, you can find me on Twitch, the link below. I hope to see you again in the next video, and have a nice one.